Hey, what's up, Internet? It is Doc, and it's been a while since I uploaded a video. I've been busy with some real-life shit and just playing the game without really recording or worrying about it. But now, I sat down probably about 20 minutes before I'm here recording this now, to play some Battlefield on the PlayStation. Was really looking to play with some people that have recently added me on the PSN, but didn't see any of them online, so out of that, didn't see any of them online. So I'm just running solo in this one, and I left all that beginning bit so you could see that I get into this match when it is pretty well over. The team that it puts me on really has no hope of coming back from the position that they're in now. But I had a topic that I wanted to discuss in the next video, and I uploaded, and so I figured this would be perfect. This is Conquest on Atacama Desert, and as you can see from the map, I'm on the losing team. They're down by about 100 and something tickets or so, with only one flag captured. So I immediately spawn on the squad mate that is out of the deployment, and also notably the only person on the team that is out of the deployment, on a quad, and jump off and run into C. I figure if we have A and they have the other two flags, since their spawn is on that side, they will more than likely be cluster fucking at A right now, and C should be an easy capture. And so, which brings me to why I chose this particular game, as it is a loss. There's no hope. Well, there is hope, but it's a very slim hope of coming back. Who the fuck is people on the phone? To talk about the subject of kill-death ratio, everybody's favorite topic in gaming. Not just about the single match kill-death ratio, but overall kill-death ratio. So, among the gaming world online, be it Halo players, Call of Duty players, Battlefield players, pretty much any online game, kill-death ratio is a big deal. Whenever people talk about their stats or whatever, kill-death ratio inevitably will always come up, if not the first thing that gets mentioned. Someone says to you online, "Hey, I'm a beast." You say, "Oh, what's your kill-death ratio?" And if it is less than yours, then you proceed to berate them and call them a noob or what have you. But Battlefield kill-death ratio is unimportant. Completely unimportant. And here's why. So, Battlefield is an objective-based game. If you play squad deathmatch, yes, your kill-death ratio is important. So before anyone says, "What about squad deathmatch?" Yes, I acknowledge squad deathmatch, kill-death ratio is important. Any other game mode, not important. The only thing that matters in Rush, Conquest, Squad Rush, any objective-based game mode is the objective. You see all over the internet these days, be it YouTube, Twitter, forums, whatever, play the fucking objective, or PTFO, and every now and then some people will be super clever and they'll throw or GTFO on the end, which, you know, I'm going to assume that everybody knows what that means, because that is really the only thing that's important. This myth that having a good kill-death ratio in Battlefield makes you a good player is way off base. I can say this from experience. Now, you can look at my stats on Xbox and PS3. I have a positive kill-death ratio. It's not the greatest. It's like a 1.25 or something on Xbox, and like a 1.3 or 1.4 on PS3. Alright, so I just went and looked those stats up, and it's a 1.24 on the Xbox and a 1.33 on the PS3. But that's not important, because the ratio that matters when it comes to Battlefield stats is win-loss, which on Xbox we've got a 1.75 and PS3 a 2.13. And also while I was doing that, I got myself a Frosty Dos Equis Amber, which, by the way, is not nearly as good in a bottle as it is on draft. Just for your general knowledge. But yeah, so win-loss ratio is far more important, and I know personally, and I'm sure a lot of other people would agree, that having a good win-loss ratio is, if I look at someone's stats and I see they have a terrible kill-death ratio but a decent win-loss ratio, then they're a good player in my opinion. I play with quite a few people online. I won't name any names or anything like that, but that have less than awesome kill-death ratios, and I would consider them to be outstanding players on Battlefield, and would be thrilled to have them in my squad at any time, because we're going to win a shitload of matches every time they get in there, and that's just the way that it is. Some of the best players that I've ever seen have negative KDs, but their win-loss is through the fucking roof, and that's because they play the objective and they play it properly. So this particular match, and the reason I chose to upload it, I got in the match and it was more than halfway over, I would say, and I managed to pull out the ace pin, and not only that, but double the score of the guy below me on the scoreboard on my team, whereas the enemy team's got points coming out the fucking yin-yang. And so really this is to all the COD players, because COD seems to fall victim to this line of thinking more than anything else. And since the growing trend seems to be that a lot of people that play Call of Duty and are, you know, for lack of a better term, Call of Duty fanboys, will be turning their sights towards Battlefield 3, and many have already picked up Bad Company 2 and are playing that. And I've noticed a lot of low-ranked players in these games just kind of hanging back and getting a lot of kills and stuff, but not really doing much of anything else. Essentially playing as though this is Call of Duty, which it is not and never will be. And that's just the way it is. So this is really just kind of I spoke of in a video that's on Despotic's channel for his Bad Company Challenge. Which, on a side note, that guy got out of the tank to repair it, started repairing it right where the brick of C4 is, and I just wish I could have seen his screen, because I hope he noticed the C4 as he started to repair it. Never ever repair tanks in the middle of the open. It's a terrible idea. I don't know what he was thinking. But anyway, and I mentioned about COD players and how, you know, as the Battlefield community and people that have been playing Battlefield for a long time, such as myself and a lot of others that I watch videos from, be it they just started on Bad Company 2, but, you know, been doing it for a while, or they've been playing Battlefield for years and years and years, to kind of welcome these players into the fold and sort of help them along the way, you know, help them to understand the differences between the games, help them to understand what makes a good Battlefield player versus what makes a good COD player, so that all of the game will improve as a whole, and we all have better games and rage less. Pretty much is the point I'm trying to get across here. You know, because in Call of Duty Team Deathmatch, you know, other modes maybe not so much, but Team Deathmatch, you can win every match you play if you play with that one guy who goes like 50-2 every single game. Everybody else can go negative, but you're going to win pretty much every time just off that one guy. That's not so much the case in Battlefield. Very rarely, if ever, will you see that one player who has just an amazing game and everybody else just kind of sucks, and then the match is still won by that team. It doesn't really happen. And so my effort is to try and help these new players along, help them understand that the KD doesn't matter. The only thing that is important in this game is the objective. If you go negative in the game, no one will look down on you. If you go negative and don't capture any objectives, people will look down on you. If you don't capture any objectives and go positive, you will be looked down on. But if you make some kind of an effort to get out there and play the objective, then you'll be fine. And that's not to say that things like snipers providing, you know, overwatch if they're doing it properly, and spotting people and stuff like that is important, because it is a good sniper on a team, you know, marking people and stuff like that is essential. But when the entire team plays as a sniper, then that's no good. That doesn't help anybody out, because then 2 or 3 people would just get frustrated being the only people running after objectives, and they're going to leave the match or whatever. Then you're screwed. You're guaranteed a loss, unless you get out there and do something yourself. So when I was playing this game, I noticed that once I actually got out there and started trying to take stuff, you know, my own team sort of came out of their shell a little bit, and we managed to actually kind of drag this out for a little while. Typically, you see a game where most of the flags are captured by the enemy and they're down 100 tickets. It's pretty much over. You got maybe a few minutes left, just get some kills and then wait for it to be over. But in this case, I mean, this video is fucking 12 minutes long. We dragged it out for like 10 minutes. And I would say that that's something to be commended. So I actually stayed in this lobby for the second round on the same map with all the same players and everything, and was determined to win that match come hell or high water. And I'm going to upload that as well. It's a little bit longer game. It's about 20 minutes long, so we'll see if maybe we'll just cut out some of that and make it like the highlights of it or something. But that's coming up, and we'll talk more about this KD issue. But essentially the point I want to get across in this video is kill-death ratio is unimportant. Just play the objective, you know, do whatever you got to do. And if you might think, but if I lose, you know, if I die a lot, then we lose a lot of tickets. And, you know, losing tickets is ultimately what loses the team the game. If you're playing the objective properly and there's enough people out there doing it, which is ideal, it won't matter how many tickets you lose, because you'll have the flags, or you'll be blowing up the crates or whatever and winning the match anyway, regardless of the ticket count. So don't really worry so much about that. Don't waste them intentionally, but don't be a pussy either, to quote Pixel Enemies' How Not to Be a Noob in Battlefield Bad Company 2 video. So yeah, look forward to that next part of this in the next couple days, and thanks for watching.